Fandom is saying that I really like a much more active participation with my culture, that I don't just see a movie and walk away from it, but I want to discuss it afterwards. I want to write stories about it. I want to draw fan art. What we had is a kind of aberrational 100 years of mass media culture where the idea of how to enjoy stories has become really passive, and that fan culture and the internet is a return to the kind of previous culture that you saw going through the end of the 19th century, where people retold stories to each other because there was no mass media. Fans are drawn to texts and universes that are really complex. Creative worlds where you get a sense that what you saw was only the merest sliver of what was possible. And so one of the things that fans do is like to explore the cultural levels of the universe, adding different kinds of characters, more representative characters, by giving bigger roles to women, by creating different kinds of roles for queer people and racial minorities, for portraying disabled people. So all of these have been really important locuses for people to come together and to tell stories that express political values, social values, cultural values that are very different from what the mass market can offer. And so to self-identify as a fan is to say that you're interested in engaging culture in this really broad and rich way.
Hi! So one thing that I'm really obsessed with at the moment is fan culture, and specifically fandoms on the internet. And what I'd like to talk about today is the idea that you can like something so much that it actually destroys your life. Let me explain. Firstly, the person discovers and enjoys the thing. Then the person goes onto the internet and has fun finding out more about it and people who feel the same way. Person then suddenly becomes aware of their overwhelming perfection and becomes the main reason for being alive. Now, whenever anything happens, they are overcome by so many emotions that they can't function, and it's basically destroyed their life. But what is it that turns you from a person who just likes something into this emotional wreck? It's the internet. So you watched something that made you feel some feelings. If you then go onto the internet and see 10,000 other people feeling the same feelings, it's a feeling explosion. It's basically like a group soap opera with ups and downs and fights and drama that at the end of the day is all centered around a mutual obsession over something. It's beautiful. But the separation between this level of hardcore internet fandom and then just a casual real-life fan is what amazes me. You know, like a casual fan will pretty much just enjoy the thing, whilst the internet fan is rocking backwards and forwards in the corner, foaming at the mouth because of all the feelings. Basically, fandoms are like drugs. You just need that little bit to get you hooked, and then a tiny bit more here and there when BAM! Suddenly your life is a train wreck.
Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair, that's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
Hey, Ebony!
Shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy.
What's up, Draco?
I asked.
Nothing,
he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner.
Hi, Draco,
I said in a depressed voice.
Hi, Ebony,
he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pits at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz. But Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove his car into... the Forbidden Forest!
Draco!
I shouted.
What the fuck do you think you are doing?
Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously.
What the fucking hell?
I asked angrily.
Ebony.
He asked.
What?
I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then... Suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what and we did it for the first time.
Oh, oh, oh!
I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere and my pale body became all warm. And then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was... Dumbledore!
So should we be worried about ourselves? No, we are advancing as a species. Plus anyway, fanfiction's just creative writing, so parents, you should be encouraging your children to write these smutty fanfics, because who knows, they could even be published one day.
It challenges people's expectations of what they consider to be acceptable in society.
Here is this space where the rules are different. The world is very different than the world I live in, and there are set rules and there are set characters, and we relate to each other on a different level.
And it's something that someone can switch between different fandoms, different communities, different platforms.
It lets many more people have a voice, and it lets many people tell stories that would otherwise not get heard. That's why fan culture is important, to be able to nurture our creativity and share our stories and our art with other people. Why wouldn't we value that? Why wouldn't we let people have this kind of expression?
You've probably either spent the last 4 minutes going, yes, yes, oh god, he understands! Or you've been going, I understand none of this and now I'm scared. In which case, yes, you should be scared.